Why everything happens for a reason. Hello everyone, and welcome to Zen Buddhism Wisdom. Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the hidden truths behind life's events. Have you ever wondered why certain things happen the way they do? Why do we face hardships, losses, and unexpected changes? Is it simply fate? Or is there a deeper meaning behind it all? What if every experience, whether joyful or painful, was not a random occurrence, but a lesson, a stepping stone on the path to wisdom and enlightenment? Buddha taught that nothing in life happens by accident. Everything unfolds according to the laws of karma, impermanence, the natural flow of existence. Understanding these principles allows us to see life from a new perspective, one of peace, acceptance, and inner strength. Are you ready to explore the profound wisdom that can help us navigate life with clarity and serenity? Let's begin. The law of karma, cause and effect. One of the most fundamental teachings in Buddhism is the law of karma. Karma means action, and it refers to the idea that our thoughts, words, and deeds create consequences. These consequences may not be immediate, but they shape our future experiences. Imagine planting a seed. You cannot expect it to grow overnight, but with time, water, and sunlight, it will eventually sprout and bear fruit. Similarly, our actions plant the seeds for our future experiences. Good actions lead to positive outcomes. Negative actions bring challenges. Karma operates on a principle of moral causation. Every thought, word, and action has energy that shapes our lives. This law is not about divine reward or punishment, but rather a natural law of balance. Just as dropping a stone into a pond creates ripples, our actions send waves through the fabric of existence, affecting not only ourselves, but others as well. Some actions have immediate consequences, while others take time to manifest, sometimes even spanning multiple lifetimes. The important thing to understand is that nothing happens without a cause. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, is the result of a past action, and what we do now will shape our future. There is an old Buddhist story about a farmer whose horse ran away. His neighbors came to express their sympathy, saying, "What bad luck," but the farmer simply replied, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" A few days later, the horse returned, bringing with it a group of wild horses. The neighbors now exclaimed, "How wonderful, you are so lucky." Again, the farmer calmly said, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" Later, the farmer's son tried to tame one of the wild horses and fell, breaking his leg. The neighbors came once more, lamenting his misfortune, but the farmer only said, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" A week later, the army came to the village to recruit young men for war because of his broken leg. The farmer's son was spared. Now, the neighbors congratulated the farmer, saying, "You are so fortunate." And once again, he replied, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" This story illustrates that we often judge events too quickly, not understanding their deeper implications. What seems like misfortune may turn out to be a blessing, and vice versa. Karma unfolds in ways beyond our immediate understanding. What we see as an obstacle today may be the very thing that leads us to growth and wisdom tomorrow. Everything happens for a reason, and that reason is often beyond our immediate grasp. Buddhism classifies karma into three categories. The first type is instant karma, which refers to actions that yield immediate consequences. For example, touching fire results in an instant burn, while practicing kindness often leads to an immediate sense of connection and warmth. The second type is next life karma, which manifests in the next life, shaping one's rebirth and circumstances. This explains why some people are born into wealth while others face hardship from birth. The third type is karma, with a delayed effect, which accumulates over many lifetimes before its effects ripen. Some actions take time to manifest, but their impact is inevitable. Since karma is created by our actions, we can actively shape it by cultivating positive habits. Right intention means being mindful of our motivations and ensuring that our actions stem from compassion rather than selfishness. Right speech involves speaking with kindness and honesty, as words have the power to heal or harm. Right action means avoiding harm to others and acting with wisdom and integrity. By practicing mindfulness and ethical living, we gradually purify our karma and create a life of peace and wisdom. Another key Buddhist principle is impermanence, known as anicca. Everything in life is temporary: our joys, our sorrows, our possessions, and even our own lives. Understanding impermanence allows us to accept change with grace rather than resist it with suffering. A young monk once approached his teacher, troubled by the unfairness of life. The master handed him a beautiful porcelain teacup and asked, "Do you like this cup?" The monk admired its beauty and said, "Yes, master, it is exquisite." The master then let go of the cup and it shattered into pieces. The monk gasped, "Why did you do that?" The master smiled and said, "I loved the cup when it was whole, and I love it now that it is broken. From the moment I held it, I knew one day it would break. Nothing is permanent." When we understand this, we do not resist change, we accept it with peace. This simple yet powerful story teaches us that when we cling to things, people, or outcomes, we set ourselves up for suffering. Instead, if we accept impermanence, we can appreciate each moment for what it is, knowing that change is inevitable. Just as the seasons change and rivers keep flowing, everything in life is subject to transformation. The more we resist this truth, the more we suffer. But when we embrace it, we find peace. Buddhism does not view suffering as a punishment, but as a teacher. Hardships refine us, making us wiser and more compassionate. Without difficulties, we would never develop patience, resilience, or understanding. A Zen master once pointed to a lump of coal and diamond and asked his disciple, "Do you know what these two have in common?" The disciple replied, "They both come from the same source." "Exactly," said the master, "but only the diamond has endured immense pressure and transformation." Challenges in life are like this. Pressure, they shape us into something stronger and more valuable. One of the greatest sources of suffering is our desire to control everything. We resist change, try to force outcomes, and hold onto the past. But true wisdom lies in surrendering to the natural unfolding of life. A Zen proverb says, "Let go or be dragged." When we stop clinging and trust life's process, we find inner peace. A traveler once got lost in the desert, thirsty and exhausted. He stumbled upon a small tree and rested in its shade. Frustrated, he thought, why did I have to lose my way? Unbeknownst to him, just beyond the next hill, a violent sandstorm was raging. Had he continued walking, he would have been caught in its fury. What seemed like an unfortunate delay was actually a hidden blessing. Life often works in the same way. The job we did not get, the relationship that ended, the missed opportunity at the time. They may feel painful, but later we may realize they led us to something even greater. Every experience, whether good or bad, is guiding us toward growth and wisdom. When we stop resisting and start trusting, we see life for what it truly is, a journey of transformation. As the Buddha said, when the wrong doors close, the right ones open. The key to peace and fulfillment is to let go of attachment, trust the process, and live with mindfulness and compassion. Everything happens for a reason, and that reason is to guide us toward enlightenment. Understanding karma empowers us to take control of our lives. Many people feel trapped by past mistakes or difficult circumstances, believing they are powerless to change their destiny. However, Buddhism teaches that while past karma influences our present, we always have the ability to create new karma and transform our future. If a person has planted seeds of suffering through harmful actions, those seeds will eventually bear fruit. But just as a gardener can pull out weeds and plant new seeds, we can replace negative karma with positive actions. This is known as purifying. Karma acknowledgement means recognizing our past mistakes without denial or justification. Regret with understanding is about feeling sincere remorse, not out of guilt, but out of a desire to change. Commitment to change requires making a conscious effort to avoid repeating harmful actions. Creating positive karma is actively engaging in virtuous deeds to balance and transform past karma. One of the most powerful practices for purifying karma is metta, or loving kindness meditation. The Buddha said, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal law. By cultivating love and compassion, we not only transform our own hearts, but also influence the karmic web around us. A profound aspect of karma is that it does not operate in isolation. Our actions do not just affect our personal journey, but ripple through the world, influencing others. This concept is deeply related to the Buddhist teaching of interdependent origination, known as pratitya samutpā, which pratitya is the idea that all things arise due to causes and conditions. Think of karma like a spider's web. Each strand is connected, so when one part moves, the entire web is affected. Our words and actions shape not only our future, but also the experiences of those around us. This is why Buddhist ethics emphasize right speech, right action, and right livelihood, because what we do impacts the collective well-being of society. Since every thought is a seed of karma, mindfulness, or sati, plays a crucial role in shaping our destiny. Most people act out of habit without awareness of how their thoughts and emotions influence their actions. Through mindfulness, we can pause before reacting, allowing us to choose our responses wisely rather than being driven by past conditioning. A Buddhist monk once shared this analogy. Imagine holding a cup of muddy water. If you keep shaking it, the water will remain cloudy, but if you set it down and let it be, the mud will settle and the water will become clear. The same is true with our minds. When we stop reacting impulsively and allow space for awareness, wisdom naturally arises. Through practices like meditation, mindful breathing, and self-reflection, we can bring awareness to our thoughts, break negative patterns, and create karma rooted in wisdom rather than ignorance. One of the most misunderstood aspects of karma is its connection to rebirth, or some people see it as a system of reward and punishment, but in reality, it is simply the continuation of cause and effect across lifetimes. Just as a flame from one candle can ignite another, our consciousness carries forward our karmic imprints into the next life. This explains why individuals are born with different circumstances. Some enter the world with great privilege, while others face hardships from birth. These differences are not random, but are shaped by past actions. However, Buddhism teaches that we are not bound by our past. We can always cultivate new karma that leads to liberation, or nirvana, while good karma leads to happiness and bad karma leads to suffering. The ultimate goal in Buddhism is to transcend karma altogether. Even good karma, while bringing joy, keeps us bound to the cycle of birth and death. True enlightenment comes from letting go of attachment to both good and bad karma and realizing the unconditioned nature of reality. The Buddha taught that by practicing the Noble Eightfold Path, one can purify the mind to such an extent that karma no longer dictates their existence. Instead of being driven by desires and aversions, an enlightened being acts from pure wisdom and compassion, free from karmic bondage. Karma is not a system of cosmic punishment, but a natural law that offers us infinite possibilities for growth and transformation. Every moment is an opportunity to create a new future. By living with awareness, integrity, and compassion, we can shape a life of peace and wisdom, ultimately transcending suffering and attaining true freedom. As the Buddha wisely said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." Life is a journey of constant change, and every experience, whether joyful or painful, carries a deeper lesson. The next time you encounter hardship, take a moment to reflect. Is this challenge teaching me patience? Is it redirecting me towards something greater? Can I trust that this too will pass? Instead of resisting, embrace the wisdom of impermanence, karma, and growth. Nothing happens by accident. Every moment is an opportunity for transformation when we stop seeing difficulties as punishments and start viewing them as stepping stones toward wisdom and enlightenment. We find true peace. This brings us to the end of today's video. What are your thoughts? Share your feelings in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more insightful content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.